Welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLugo. Thank you so much for tuning in here on Tuesday, March 14th. Got an update for y'all. An exciting update. Your Jacksonville Jaguars, they've made their first official move of the legal tampering period of free agency, if you will, which officially kicks off tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when all these deals that are being agreed upon right now will be official. But Jacksonville Jaguars, they're bringing back one of their own. Safety, Andrew Wingard. Former undrafted free agent for the Jaguars out of Wyoming, a guy who's been around here his entire professional career so far, will stick in Duval here with the Jacksonville Jaguars, agreeing to two terms on a new deal with the Jaguars per Ian Rapoport of NFL Network. So what does this mean for the Jaguars? It means they bring back a core special teamer, a guy who makes a ton of tackles on special teams, a lot of big plays. They bring back a veteran presence, a glue player, a player who is important in the locker room and on the field, again, in special teams and as a third safety. You've seen Andrew Wingard come in certain packages throughout games and make big plays for the Jaguars, whether it be in short areas against the run, whether it be making plays as a coverage player, being an opportunistic guy. You know, when the ball comes to him, he's going to take advantage of it and take it the other way. He's shown that throughout his career for you. And again, not a signing that's gonna really tip the scales one way or the other in the Jaguars' favor per se. It's not like this massive deal like the Chiefs signed with Jawan Taylor, or like signing a big time pass rusher or cornerback or anything like that. But this is a glue type of move, a type of move that good teams make, in my opinion. They bring back some of their own, and I think Andrew Wingard, a homegrown talent, again, a former undrafted free agent for the Jacksonville Jaguars, who has solidified a role for himself in the NFL as a core special teamer, as a veteran leader, and as a guy who, if he needs to be called upon on defense, can come in and give you some valuable reps, and certainly not even just as a backup on defense, but as a role player, a guy who can come in and contribute in certain packages for you. He's shown that he can do that for the Jaguars. Had his best season of his career, I think, in 2022 under Doug Peterson. This is a guy who, after, I don't remember which win it was, but he said, I would die for Doug Peterson. I would lay my life on the line for Doug Peterson. And that just goes to show you kind of not only how Andrew Wingard feels about this locker room, this coaching staff, this team, but how the team felt about each other. I think there was a lot of that same sentiment in the locker room last year. I think a lot of that same sentiment is going to exist moving forward. Just it came down to brass tacks with Jawan Taylor. But the Jaguars, they still have Arden Key and DeJuan Smoot out there. They've still got a number of names that they could decide to bring back. There's still a bunch of players from other teams, unrestricted free agents, that I think could come in and help the Jaguars. You know, more of these unheralded signings, not huge number signings, right? Jaguars don't have a ton of cap space, but I think they could be looking at nickel corner. I think they could be looking at cornerback depth in general, more pass rush help, certainly a third offensive tackle now that Jawan Taylor's out of the mix. These are all areas I'd be looking at for the Jaguars. And of course, tight end as well, where you've only got Evan Ingram and Luke Farrell as guys who have legitimate NFL experience, and Luke Farrell is fairly inexperienced himself, but does have some meaningful reps. Only other guy on the roster is Garrett Prince at tight end. So there's still work to do for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but this is a positive signing. This is something that you can be excited about, having Dewey back on this team as a special teams ace, as a leader, and as someone you can rely upon if there's injuries ahead of him on the depth chart on the defensive side of the ball. But that will do it. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let me know what you think on Twitter at Jordan DeLugo. Hit me up. Let me know what you think about the Jaguars bringing Dewey back. You can also drop a comment in the comment section below. Hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Really appreciate your support, Duval. Have a good one.